Welcome back to Tech by Pike. Over the year, I have reviewed and unboxed a number of gaming laptops, peripherals to go with those laptops, gaming mice, gaming keyboards. I've reviewed a camera or two and a tablet or two. And I would say at this moment, my favorite piece of tech that has come out in 2023 has got to be the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra. I did an unboxing short video a couple weeks ago, and that's been posted already. But today I want to go over the specs, and I want to talk about this tablet and how it can be used in real-world scenarios, productivity, some gaming, and then we're also going to do just a little bit of benchmarking. But let's talk about what comes with the tablet. In the unboxing, it was just, I didn't really talk at all. It was just some music and me unboxing it. So, obviously, you get the 14.6 Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 tablet. It comes with a AMOLED 2x display with high resolution at 120 hertz. You also get the S Pen here, and I have to say, I've been testing this out just a little bit, and this has got to be probably my favorite so far to come with a tablet, even better than the Apple Pencil. And then you get the charging cable. It's a USB-C, but pretty long. I was pretty impressed about how long it was, and it reaches right up to the desk. And the only thing that I can say that I'm very disappointed in that didn't come with this was the charging brick. So they're going the way of Apple and not including the charging brick with their tablets, which is very disappointing in my opinion. So I had to go out and get a new one for this tablet. Anyway, let's go over the specs real quick. This comes with a 14.6 dynamic AMOLED 2x 120 Hz display. Comes with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, Qualcomm Adreno 740 with ray tracing GPU. Comes with some cameras, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. The front is a 12 megapixel times 2, and then the rear is a 13 megapixel and an 8 megapixel. And then it also comes with Android 13. This comes also with a battery, 11,200 mAh, which is really fantastic. And we're going to talk a little bit about how long the battery lasts doing certain things, whether it's web browsing or videos on a continuous loop. It comes with Wi-Fi 6. And then it comes with a number of ports, USB, not a number of ports, just one port, USB Type-C 3.2 Gen 1. And then it also has the durability rating of IP68, which makes it water and dirt resistant. So if you're watching a movie in the tub and you happen to drop it in the soapy water, no fear, it's water resistance and you should be just fine. So that's great stuff. Also comes with security face recognition and fingerprint recognition for easy access. And the speakers are an AKG tuned quad speakers with Dolby Atmos support. So fantastic. We're going to get into the meat of this and talk more about the specs and, like I said, benchmarking and gaming and so forth. So let's get into it. This tablet has many ways you can access through facial recognition, through a pen, through a password, and also through a fingerprint reader, and that's what I'm setting up right now. As part of the setup of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra that I have here, I'm going to hit cancel on this. There's a setup feature that I found pretty slick, and so I'm going to go ahead and agree to Samsung's terms and their privacy. Hit agree. Easy setup with another device. Sign in automatically and copy settings, accounts, and more from another phone or tablet. And it can be an iPhone or an iPad or another Galaxy or another Android device. So I'm going to go ahead and hit, because I'm an Apple consumer, I have iPads and iPhones. Okay, I'm going to add a network here. Okay, so now I'm at the point where I can copy data from my iPhone or iPad. So I'm going to hit next. Let's see how this works here. Okay, we're connected. Get the password in, and now it should be going, hopefully. So let me choose what to transfer over, and I am going to now install everything that I had on here, and we'll see if that works out. Okay, so my tablet here, the Samsung tablet, is almost completely set up. Let me lower that again. And it looks like it's transferring the data from my iPad over to the Samsung here, and I haven't had any hitches yet, and it looks like it's just completing the setup. I'm guessing it's waiting for all the transfer over, but no glitches. Everything has worked very, very smoothly. I really like this feature of transferring information from a non-Samsung device, a non-Droid device, which is an Apple, to a Droid device. Apple doesn't have anything like that on the iPads at this moment. So that is a really snazzy feature. I really like that a lot. Right now at this time of me making this video, there's only 2 configurations that are available out on the Samsung website. The one version that has the 12 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage for $1199.99, that's the one that we got. And then there's an upgraded version that has 16 gigs of RAM with 1 terabyte of storage for $1469.99. There's 2 colors that are available. One is a beige color, and then the other one is a graphite color. We got the graphite, which I think is pretty sharp looking. When I created this video, there was no data plan available for the Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra. And I don't believe there was one available for the S8 Ultra either, so this shouldn't really come as a big surprise. There's not one available for the Galaxy Tab S9. It's the beginner 11-inch tablet for $799.99. But there is one for the middle-of-the-road S9 tablet lineup. It's the S9 Plus, and you can get a data plan in the States here through Verizon, AT&T, and US Cellular. So if you're looking for a tablet in the S9 series from Samsung and you want a data plan, the S9 Plus is the way to go. Alright, so here is the front-facing camera. It's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and type here. See if the mics pick it up. Not bad. Pretty decent. Good for all kinds of conferencing calls. I'd use this for sure. Has 2 front-end facing cameras. They're 12 megapixels for selfies. It also has the 4K ability for video Zoom calls and whatnot. But if you're taking selfies with these cameras, out in the open, be ready for some ridicule where you can easily take selfies with your phone instead of a 14-inch tablet. That might look a little awkward. On the back, you have another dual camera setup, 13 megapixel wide angle and an 8 megapixel wide angle lens. But like I said, I can't imagine anybody using a 14-inch camera for taking pictures when you probably have your phone with you anyway. So there you go. So the dimensions on this particular tablet is 12.85 inches by 8.21 inch, and then the thickness is 0.21 inch, and that is thin, very thin. And I've seen a number of reviewers talk about possibly bending or breaking, but for everyday use, this thing's rock solid. I think the display itself is the star of the show. You're getting a 14.6-inch dynamic AMOLED 2x 2960 by 1848 display. It's 90.7% screen to body ratio. 239 pixels per inch. It's a Gorilla Glass touchscreen with 16 by 10 aspect ratio, 120 hertz HDR10 plus, and it maxes out at 930 nits of brightness. With the AMOLED screen, you're getting a vibrant colors, deep blacks, and really high contrast. And to be honest, it's really exceeding my every expectation. And who can argue with 120 hertz refresh rate, you're getting a smooth gaming experience on a fantastic screen that has a lots of screen real estate. And you just can't beat it. I love it. Battery testing on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra went really well. Video streaming on a continuous loop, I used YouTube. I was getting around 7 hours and approximately 30 minutes. Web browsing, a solid 10 hours. It was like 10 hours and like 2 minutes or something like that. Gaming, now it fluctuated depending on the type of game that I was playing, but I would have to say approximately 6 hours, which is pretty decent. We're going to test the speakers here with a little bit of music off of a paid subscription through epidemicsound.com. I use all their music on my YouTube videos. And just a refresher, the speakers are an AKG Tune Quad speakers with Dolby Atmos support. So let's go ahead and hit play. We're going to use Rewind That by Cushy. It's 75% now. %. All right, actually pretty good. It got a little tinny at the top, but the speakers overall I think are really pretty decent. So let's talk about the S Pen for just a couple moments here. The S Pen was included with the tablet, which is great. You save a little bit of money there. It doesn't negate the fact that it didn't come with a power brick, but it definitely beats out Apple because they don't include their Apple Pencil with their tablets. It's an extra cost, and it's a little bit of a spendy one too. I like the S Pen probably more than my second gen Apple Pencil. In my opinion, it's more comfortable. It kind of feels like there's this waxy coating on the pencil for a better grip. I like that. It also has this kind of felty tip here, which I like a lot better than the rubber tip that the Apple Pencil has. So I got Samsung Notes up here, and I'm just going to write something. I like the sound that makes. It's not realistic. It's not indicative to what you would be hearing, but I don't know. It gives something a little more to the experience of writing on this. So it also it's very comfortable when using it for different gestures. You can use it for not only drawing, but remote control your tablet with simple gestures to like snap photos, adjust volume, or trigger present macros without touching the screen. It does connect to the rear here. I'm going to flip it over. Right like that. Actually, I think it charges this way. It might charge both, but that's the way we're going to keep it. And it also connects on the top. But it doesn't charge right there. It charges only on the back. So there you go. talk about the keyboard case here in just a moment, because there's a little added bonus where the keyboard case cups the pencil here and holds it in place, which I don't have with my Apple tablet. So I ended up getting the Samsung Tab S9 Ultrabook Cover Keyboard Slim for $199.99. In lieu of the more pricier keyboard on the Samsung website for $349.99, and that is the Ultrabook cover with keyboard. The Ultrabook keyboard with cover is more reminiscent of probably the keyboard that I got for my Apple iPad Pro. Kind of stands the tablet a little bit off the desk. So it's probably a little bit sturdier. I don't have one here. But the Slim, it's not bad. It does, the keyboard's decent, doesn't have a trackpad, but the keyboard is decent. And I think it'll do the trick. It's just a little bit flimsy. I had a hard time using this thing on my lap. It was wobbly and it was moving around, and it just made things difficult, so I had to go back to the desk. And it works really well on a flat surface, but on your lap, not so much. It has the holder here for your S Pen, so that's great, keeps it in place. And then it has a couple punch outs here for your cameras, and then it just folds up just like that, and you got a nice little book cover. So not great, but not bad. So there's one feature of this tablet that we haven't touched on yet, and it's called Dex. And right now the tablet is in a tablet mode. You got, it looks like any other mobile device that you would see on the market. But if I was to go into Dex mode, we'll go connected devices, and then go to Samsung Dex, hit start Dex. Now it looks like a Windows desktop, and people who are familiar with Windows might gravitate towards this tablet because it has this particular Dex mode that makes it look like a Windows desktop, and you can do productivity out of here, like email, web browsing, you do spreadsheet, whatever it is. You know, individuals who like Windows might like Dex as well. So that's one up on Apple. Again, having two different modes, a tablet mode and what looks like a Windows mode called Dex. We got some results from Geekbench 6 on a CPU benchmark. Our single core score was 2060 and our multi-core score was 5511. We're going to do a GPU benchmark now. GPU OpenCL score was 9,312. I'm just going to scroll down here. I want to get a closer look at some of these performance scores. We're going to utilize 3D Mark here. We're going to do a benchmark called Solar Bay, and it's a ray trace cross-platform graphics benchmarking using the Vulkan 1.1 graphics API. It's designed for high-end mobile devices and lightweight notebook computers. This is a high-end mobile device. So let's go ahead and hit go, and we will see what the results are. Okay, we got our overall score here from Solar Bay. Looks like we got a 5,622. Average frame rate was 21.38. But it also talks about temperature, and we got around a 28 to 29 Celsius. Let's check out battery, and here's some of the battery and frame rates here as well. So I want to go back and I want to try Wildlife Extreme and download that, and that'll be our next test here. We finished up Wildlife Extreme, and we got an overall score of 3,905, average frame rate of 23.39. Score versus popular devices, and then we got your score versus all devices. And we got 13 FPS to 28 FPS. I'm going to try one more, and it's going to be, I think I'm just going to go with wildlife and see what we get on that benchmark. So we did just regular wildlife, and it says your device is too powerful for this test. We recommend using wildlife. Interesting. Maxed out. 43 FPS to 109 FPS. Interesting. So that's it for this review, except for one thing. There's a small item about this tablet, a feature, that I wanted to wait till the last part of this video to mention. And that's the fact that you can upgrade the storage on this thing. It has a micro SD card tray that you can open up with one of these pins here. The pin does come with the tablet, so you don't have to outsource it yourself. Nice. And all you have to do is push in the little button there, and the tray pops out, and you can install a micro SD card up to 1 terabyte. That's why I got the 512, because I knew I'd be getting a micro SD card for this. Anyway, you don't get that with any of the iPads, that's for sure. Another feather in Samsung's hat. Very, very nice. Anyway, I just want to talk about one other thing before I end it. Just a quick caveat. The tech I review is not supplied by any third party. No vendor. I'm not sponsored. This is stuff that I buy, that I review, and that I use or give off to family members or whatever. And so anything you can help out by clicking that like button or subscribing to the channel would be fantastic and would help out a ton. I really appreciate it. Until next time, we'll see you in the next one.